Hey, Miss Marion here. We are going to be solving equations with variables on both sides. Make sure that you have a note page because we're going to be filling in some stuff, and make sure you take some notes coming along. All right, so first of all, let's start with our I can statement. Our I can statement is I can solve equations with variables on both sides. So really explanatory as far as what we're doing. So these are the steps that are going to go ahead and help us. So first of all, we want to look at our parentheses. And we want to look on the inside. So on the inside, we want to combine like terms if we can on the inside. And then we want to place a 1 outside the parentheses if no number is there. And then if there is a number there or the 1 is there, we want to multiply into the parentheses. So the distributive property. Then from here, we want to combine like terms. And then we want to do PEMDAS backwards. All right, so PEM. Right? And then remember, PEMDAS, P is parentheses, E is exponents, M is multiply, D is divide, A is addition, S is subtraction. So we want to do PEMDAS backwards. We want to look at the addition or subtraction. We want to do those first, and then after that, either multiply or divide after. Okay, so these are our steps as far as how we go ahead and solve equations. We've been doing equations for a little bit, but this is how we do it with variables on both sides. All right, example number 1. So remember, we're going to draw a line down in the middle. So are there any parentheses? No. So I don't have to worry about the parentheses kind of thing. So then I want to combine like terms. Can I combine like terms on the left-hand side? Can I combine these together? Nope. Can I combine these together? Nope. All right, now I want to go ahead and do PEMDAS backwards. But first of all, I want to move so my variables are on the same side. So I like to move so that my variables are actually on the left-hand side. So I'm going to move this 2K to be over here, so that my variables are on the left-hand side. That 2K is, if you look at it, is it is adding. So then we are going to subtract 2K from both sides, right? And then we have 12K minus 2K is 10K. We still have plus 15. We're going to bring that down. We still have 35. And then 2K, positive 2K, negative 2K. That makes a 0, and that goes away. Oh, we also need our equal sign in the middle. Okay, now I'm going to look at this, and I want to pull from the crowded side. And then I'm going to say, okay, who wants to be over here with the 35? Is it 10K? No, they're not exactly the same. Is it 15? Yes, he wants to be over here. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to move the 15. That is add 15. Opposite of add is subtract. So we are going to subtract 15 from both sides of the equation. So now we have 10K, positive 15, negative 15 make us 0. And then we have 35 minus 15 is 20. All right. Now I look at it and I go, oh, I have a 10 and a K. They are multiplying right now because they're sitting next to each other. Opposite multiplication is division. Right. And then we have K left over because 10 divided by 10 is 1, at least 1K. And then 20 divided by 10 is 2. So our answer is K equals 2. All right, so let's go ahead and let's try number 2, example number 2. So again, I want to go ahead and I want to put all of my variables on the left-hand side. Just makes it a little bit easier later on. I'm going to move this 3x to be over here with his friend, okay? That 3x is a positive 3x. So to go ahead and move a positive 3x, I have to put it negatives with it. I have to do opposites. So I'm going to subtract off 3x from both sides. 5x minus 3x is 2x minus 2, positive negative 3's go away. We have 4. Now I want to go ahead, I want to pull from the crowded side. I'm going to move this 2 to be over here because he wants to be with his friend. That 2 is subtracting 2. So that means I need to add 2 to both sides. So then I have 2x left over. Positive negative 2 make it 0. 4 plus 2 is 6. Right? Now I have 2 and x. Those are multiplying each other. So to go ahead and do opposite now is to divide by 2 because I see a multiply. Opposite is divide. So then we have x equals 6 divided by 2 is 3. So on example number 2, our answer is 3. All right, here is example 3 and 4. Let's start with example number 3. Again, we're going to draw a line down the middle. I'm going to go ahead and why don't you try this yourself? So pause, try it yourself, and then come back to me. All right, so again, I like to move my variables to the left-hand side, so I'm going to add 5n. I'm going to move that up further. So I'm going to add 5n to both sides. I'm going to have negative 16. 3n plus 5n is 8n. Then I have negative 8. I'm going to pull from the crowded side, so I'm going to pull this negative 16 to be over here with this friend. So I'm going to add 16 to both sides. That leaves 8n, because positive negative 16 make it 0. Negative 8 plus 16 is 8. N, 8 and n, they are multiplying, so then that means I'm going to divide by 8 on both sides. 8 divided by 8 leaves 1, or n by himself. Again, 8 divided by 8 is 1. So our answer is n equals 1. All right, go ahead and try example number 4. So pause, try example number 4, and then come back to me. All right, let's go ahead and go through this. This is a positive 4a. I'm going to subtract off 4a from both sides. We have negative 3. 5a minus 4a is 1a, or just a. And then we have negative 10. Again, I'm going to pull from the crowded side, so I'm going to take this negative 3 and put them over here. How do I do that? I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So now I have 1a equals negative 10 plus 3 is negative 7. And then I can divide by 1 because 1 and a are dividing each other. So then a equals negative 7. Very good job. Now, some of you might be like, well, can I move something else at the beginning? You can, as long as you still follow the same process. You should get the same answer as me, even if you started somewhere else. All right, so let's make it a little bit difficult, because that's what I do. So notice that we have parentheses. So first of all, I'm going to look inside this parentheses. Can I add these together? I cannot. That is an A. This is a 22. They're different type of numbers. Cannot combine them together. But I can multiply in this 3. So 3 times A is 3A. Plus 3 times 22 is 66. Then I have 12A and 30. Exactly the same. So from here, we do exactly what we've done before. I'm going to take this 12a and I'm going to put them over here. That is a positive 12a, so I'm going to subtract off 12a from both sides of the equation. So we have 3 minus 12a. That is negative 9a, and then plus 66 equals positive negative 12a make it 0. Bring down the 30. Then do I move the negative 9a or the 66? I'm going to move the 66 to be over here. So that is a plus 66. So I'm going to subtract off 66. So I have negative 9a, positive and negative 66 go away. 30 minus 66 is negative 36. Then now I look at it. We have negative 9 times a. So I'm going to divide by negative 9 on both sides. So then A is going to equal a positive 4. All right, so let's look at example number 6. Go ahead and try example number 6 and then come back to me. All right, let's try it. So first of all, let's go ahead and multiply in our negative 6. So then I have negative 6 times 2r is negative 12r. Negative 6 times 12, negative 6 times negative 2, or minus a negative, it ends up being a positive 12. And then we can bring down our negative 8r plus 40. Now I want to go ahead, I'm going to move that negative 8r, I'm going to move this guy to be over here with his friend. So I'm going to add 8r to both sides. Negative 12r plus 8r is negative 4r, and then we have plus 12 equals, positive negative 8r's goes away, we have 40. 12 wants to be with his friend on the other side, so I'm going to subtract off 12 because that is adding 12. So we have negative 4r equals 40 minus 12 is 28. And then we have negative 4 times r, so that's when we're going to divide by negative 4. So we're going to have r equals negative 7. All right, example number 7. So there's a little bit more, right? So first of all, we have parentheses. Can I combine anything on the inside of the parentheses? No, I cannot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this negative 3. So it's like plus a negative 3, right? So I'm going to take this negative 3, and I like to kind of do it this way. It makes it a little bit easier. Negative 3, multiply it in. So I still have my 5x. He comes down. I have negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And I'm going to put that in blue to kind of show us what we did. So negative 3x. Then I have negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. I still have equals negative 9. So notice what we changed was just multiplying in that negative 3. Next, I want to actually combine like terms. So notice how I can combine these two together on the left-hand side. 5x minus 3x is 2x. And then we have minus 6. Actually, let's put that in the same color, showing that we didn't actually change anything. So minus 6, well, okay, equals negative 9. So those just kind of came down. So now I want to take this negative 6. He wants to be over here. So I see a subtract, because right now we're doing PEMDAS backwards. So I see a subtract. We're going to go ahead and add 6 to both sides. So then I get 2x equals negative 6 plus 3 is negative 9 plus 6 is negative 3. And then we have 2x. So 2 and x are multiplying, so then we're going to divide by 2 on both sides. So we're going to get x equals negative 1.5. What's another way we can have this is negative 1 1/2. We can also have it as negative 3 over 2. All of these mean the same thing, and I will accept any of those answers. All right, so try example number 8 and see if you can do it yourself, and then come back to me. All right, example number 8. So first of all, we want to multiply in our 4. So 4 times 3x is 12x, minus 4 times 2 is 8, and then plus 12x equals 40. Then we're going to have 12x, Combine those together, we're going to have 24x minus 8 is the same. We still have 40. And then now we're going to do PEMDAS backwards. I see a subtract, then I'm going to add 8x both sides. So I have 24x, positive negative 8x go away. 40 plus 8 is 48. Now I want to get x by himself. 24 and x are multiplying. So that means I'm going to divide by 24 on both sides. 48 divided by 24 is 2. All right, example number 9. So just kind of a little bit harder in a way, okay? So again, let's go ahead and let's multiply in our 5. So 5 times negative 2 is negative 10, minus 5 times 3n is 15n, and then we have negative 33, 8n. So from here, I like to move all of my n's to be on the left-hand side. So I'm going to subtract off 8n. And you're like, but Miss Marion, can we move the negative 15? Yes, you can. Just as long as you do it correctly, you'll get the same answer. So we have negative 10, and then put in your calculator, negative 15 minus 8. Negative 15 minus 8 is negative 23n. We have negative 33, positive and negative 8 go away. Then I want to go ahead and I want to move this guy to be over here with his friend. That is a negative 10, so I'm going to put a positive 10 with him. I'm going to have negative 23n. Negative 33 plus 10 is negative 23. Negative 23 and n are multiplying, so I'm going to divide by negative 23 on both sides. Negative 23 divided by negative 23 leaves 1 or 1n. Negative 23 divided by negative 3 leaves 1. N equals 1. All right, so example number 10 is going to be much different. So notice how this does not have a number on the outside. Remember how mathematicians don't like to write ones or zeros? Well, here's kind of a spot. So because it doesn't have a number in front of it, I'm going to put a 1 in front of it. And then, so I'm going to bring down my negative 3 because he has nothing to do with the parentheses. Then I'm going to take my negative 1 and I'm going to multiply it in. Negative 1 times a is negative 1a. And then negative 1, and I like to look at it as times negative 2 is positive 2. Or you can have it as minus a negative, which we also still know as plus 2. And then notice that we have 7a. I'm going to write my a the other way. So we know it's an a. Plus 15. So notice how the negative 3 on the outside, he doesn't change. Not yet. Okay? Now I want to combine positive 2, negative 3. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. We have minus 1a. And again, we still have the 7a plus 15. Then from here, we're going to do the same thing that we've done before. I'm going to take this positive 7 and I want to put them over here. I like to put my variables on the left-hand side. So I'm going to put, that is positive 7. What do I put with a positive 7 to move it or make it 0? Negative 7. So then I have negative 1. Put it in your calculator as negative 1. So put in as negative 1 minus 7. Negative 1 minus 7 is negative 8a. Positive negative 7a's go away. We have 15 left over. From here, I'm going to take negative 1 and I want to put them over here. That is a negative 1. Opposite of a negative is a positive. So I'm going to add 1 to both sides. Positive negative 1's go away. We're going to have negative 8a equals 16. Here, negative 8 is multiplying the a, so I'm going to divide by negative 8 on both sides. A is going to equal negative 2. All right, so today we were working with variables on both sides of the equation, solving for those. If you don't understand something, go back and review it again. So your homework is solving multi-step equations, works available, variables on both sides worksheet. That's how it's labeled, okay? And again, you're going to put it into Canvas, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks. Bye.